Hello YouTube, how you doing? This is Rusty's Metals. Just wanted to scratch the surface on this great interview uh, by Silver Doctors with the Golden Jackass, Jim Willie. He basically goes over the gold rehypothecation and kind of supplies a smoking gun to where the German gold has gone. And basically supplies a chain of title of the gold and how they it's kind of like rename its deposit um, title. For instance, August 31st, 2000, such and such metric tons, West Point, New York gold bullion. Then it goes September 30th, 2000, West Point, New York historian gold bullion. And then it goes approximately a little over a decade ago, this final listing of West Point, New York deep storage gold. So Jim Willie basically says Germany's gold has been gone, a little over a decade. And right now, mints around the world, especially in Switzerland, are trying to keep up with demand to make such deliveries, physical deliveries to Germany, but they can't even do that. The promises of physical delivery are once a year, and I guess we owe them like 1,500 tons, metric tons, and we gave them basically like a pallet full, like 50 metric tons or something silly, very silly. Like 15% of what we actually promised to give them this year. Every year we're supposed to give them some delivery of physical, but we can't even do that. So now the Germans are investigating the price fixing. Deutsche Bank backs out. A whole lot of stuff going on here. Jim Willie just goes over the whole thing. It's like a chessboard of information. And here's the video from Silver Doctors, nearly 50 minutes long, full of information. Goes over the war in Syria, the probable war, Geneva 2, what's going on there, how gold is just escaping the Western banks and going to China. Just a slew of information. Here's another article from Zero Hedge today. Scrambling gold mints around the world plead, we can't meet the demand, even if we work overtime. So, this is getting crazy. But the prices haven't moved, which is even more crazy, which implies that Germany investigation on price fixing is bigger than the LIBOR scandal. This is bigger than fixing interest rates. Gold mints are manufacturing as fast as they can after a 20% drop in gold price since last year. It now appears the main culprit is the massive boost in supply by gold mints around the world working literally 24/7, desperate to provide enough supply to meet demand at depressed prices in order to avoid a surge in price as bottleneck supply finally catches up with unprecedented physical demand. So this is just going against the laws of supply and demand. You know, there's a scarcity, and when there's scarcity, prices move. Prices really haven't moved in gold. Gold should be like, what, it's at 1250 or 1255 today it closed. Just ridiculous. It should be, it should have done 10 times of what Bitcoin did. Silver should have matched what Bitcoin did. This is just horrible. So hang in there, buy more. The prices are still down. Pick up as much as you can. That's what I would do. There's some other stories here. Here's the Dow. Reported on Friday, the close of the week of last Friday. The whole week closed down about 620 points. Today, here's the daily view of the Dow. Today, it's down 41 and some change. Now, after this long candle, this is a continuation pattern. You can see the breakdown. You can see the breakdown here. You can see the lower high. You can see the breakdown, moving over the averages, breakdown. Here's past this point, if it closes under this point, end of this week or next week, I would say it's going to go a lot further. It could bounce off of here. The plunge protection team from the grand old criminal syndicate, the Federal Reserve, may just let it bounce here, and they could pump it back up and do a double top or something. Seems pretty probable. They like to draw these things out as long as they can. So here's the weekly view again. You can see the breakdown. So we'll keep track of this. Just wanted to scratch the surface on this very, very big interview. I mean, this thing's huge. Just a large amount of information. Jim Willie reveals a smoking gun on U.S. gold rehypothecation. Basically, the U.S. Treasury redefining the chain of title, redefining, under different terms, and then all of a sudden it just escapes the vaults. As if it disappeared under a new name. Jim Willie says that the Germans are onto the game and are going to start really going after these people. And Jim Willie called the Federal Reserve a criminal syndicate. And they are. I mean, you can't call them anything different. I mean, they have the IRS as their collection arm for the American people. I mean, enough's enough. Let's get rid of these people. I don't know if anyone's seen this video here. It's called 9 out of 10 Americans are completely wrong about this mind-blowing fact. And what is that fact? The fact is, let me just skip to the end here. The fact is, the people that own everything, there is a huge gap between the people that own everything and everybody else in the world. Absolutely crazy. Let me see if we can just pick this up right here. All this graph shows is basically alright, 1% own 50%, and then this small amount of people own everything else. This is considered rich here. This is, you know, this is probably where I am down here. I'm like the 30%, and then this is like 300, 500,000 a year. You know, the rich, I would consider that rich. $500,000 a year, $1 million a year. You know, I'd consider that. That's 80%, and then it jumps. I mean, the wealthy are just like from $1 million a year to like I don't know. These people own everything. It's like 85 elites in the world own more than half of, or 350 billion or 350 million people. It's outrageous. The Federal Reserve is part of that crew. They own everything. The Federal Reserve in the past 4 or 5 years have collected $4 trillion in assets. Now, granted, most of these assets are just worthless, but they are buying assets. And one day, this private syndicate will, you know, be filthy rich again. You know, these bankers are getting 0% loans and then loaning it back to us at 5, 6, 7%. And then credit cards are what? 20%, 18, 20, 26%. They're making a killing off of us. This all should be just illegal. I mean, the founding fathers started a revolution for way less. A lot less. And we just stand around picking our noses. It's absolutely crazy. So anyways, subscribe to my channel. The Precious Metals Hub, actually. I don't know where it went. But anywho, visit my website, rustysmetals.com. Precious Metals Hub is my channel. Help me out. Buy some gold and silver on my website. Peace out.